Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on July the 1st, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So coming up on Thursday, we do have a busy calendar. So in terms of the news here, first of all, we have ECB. No, in terms of ECB, they haven't really changed anything. Everything has been kept the same, so I'm not expecting much to change there. However, the PMI numbers here will be important. So if the PMI numbers come in higher than expected here, we can expect Euro to react positively to that. Then the reason PMI numbers are important, it's because they're precursor to retail sales. So if purchasing managers are buying stuff, that means they expect to sell it, and they're expecting strong sales. So that's really the relationship that we are looking at here. So the positive expectation causes the price to go up. So that's that. And then we have Bank of England. So this is important. With the Bank of England, we'll just basically, again, we're looking to see if they say anything about changing their monetary policy. If they even talk about changing monetary policy down the road, that will create a positive move. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then we have final manufacturing PMI numbers here, again, from UK as well. So pound will get impacted. Same thing here. If it comes in higher than expected, we will see the pound go up as a result of that. Now, a very important day here for oil. So with this one here, oil has been going up, and generally oil does well in summer. With the OPEC meetings here, the main concern will be the production quotas here. If they increase the production quotas, that can have a negative impact on the oil because there will be more supply of oil. So we'll keep an eye on that. So far, they have held on to or they've kept the quotas the same. But any kind of pressure on increasing the quotas will have a negative impact on the oil. So we'll just keep an eye out for the comments that may come out of these meetings. And then we have unemployment numbers. With this one here, the non-farm payroll numbers that come in on Friday will be more important. So these will not really make much of a difference. Now, excuse me, the ISM manufacturing PMI numbers, these will be important again for the US for the reasons we spoke about. If the number is much higher than expected or substantially higher than expected, we're looking for price to go up. US dollar has done well, and any sort of positive data will push it up further. So that is all for news. So a fairly busy day in terms of the news here. All right, let's go on to our charts here. We'll start off with euro dollar here. So euro, we were looking for a drop, and in this case, euro and pound both, we were looking for a drop, and we got that drop right into our target here. So with this one, bias is still bearish, but just bear in mind, we are right into support. So keep that in mind because we could see price turn around like it did here. This is an important support level where price has reacted previously several times. So just bear that in mind. We could see some turnarounds here, or at least price pushing higher. So that's something to keep in mind. Bias is still bearish though. Next target is 1.1820. And then below that, we're looking at 1.1800. So bearish bias here for euro dollar. Watch out for a pullback. It could go all the way into 1.1875. before it drops from there. So basically looking for, that's a little too high, so something like that. So bearish bias here for euro dollar. Now pound dollar as well, price did, excuse me. Pound dollar here, price did drop. Now it came into support and wasn't really able to continue here. So today's candle close here is neutral for our pound dollar. With this one, we need to be careful. If price is not able to break through the support, so I'm looking for a retest of the bottom here, 1.3800. If it holds, we are likely to see a move back, and then this can become a range here. So we may end up getting a range going here. So keep an eye on that. I would look at 1.3800 as a potential point where price may turn around. So neutral bias for pound dollar. Aussie dollar here. Aussie dollar also looking bearish, but the momentum seems to be fading a bit now. So neutral to bearish bias. Next target is 0.7475. And then if it breaks through that, we're looking at 0.7450 and 0.7420. So neutral to bearish bias for Aussie dollar. New Zealand here. New Zealand dollar is looking neutral here. And this is where we could get a turnaround. So this is looking even more neutral or has more bullishness in it than pound. We saw this one as well. We may see a range bound move here. So neutral bias, I'm looking for price to retest, move back towards potentially towards 0.7020. So neutral bias here for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD as well, we have a neutral candle close for the day. Price opened and closed at exactly the same place. And as we can see, right into this resistance here, price is struggling. So in this case, again, neutral bias for this one, not really looking for any sort of a major move here. We may see a range bound move once again. So neutral bias looking for a move back into the range. And in this case, first target is 1.2350. So neutral bias for dollar CAD as well. All right, so let's take a look at our commodities here. Silver bounced off of the support. As we discussed yesterday, price was right into support. Now we are back into the range here. Neutral bias for this one. I will look for a move back towards the top of the range, 26.30, and then potentially back again. So neutral bias at the moment. Price is trading in this range between 25.50 and 26.30. Gold as well went into the support and then bounced off of that level. At this point, we are into some support resistance level, but this one could go further up. So our target here, the first target is 1785, and then potentially into 1795. So right now, neutral to bullish bias here. The only concern would be into this support resistance level at 1774 level. If it doesn't go through, we could see a turnaround, but more than likely, this is also likely. This is going, we could expect a range bound move here, basically price going back into the range again. Oil here, oil is also range bound, hasn't really done much. Everybody seems to be waiting here right now. So OPEC meetings coming up tomorrow, and that will be important for oil. Expect volatility in oil as a result of that. So today's candle close is completely neutral. Price opened and closed at exactly the same level here. So neutral bias, expecting a move between 74 and 72, but watch out for the OPEC or comments out of the OPEC meetings. Copper here, copper also looking range bound here. We have a neutral candle close. There is bullishness in the candle, but it's still trading in this range here. We may see a retest of the high at 4.30, but if it doesn't go through, we are back into the range once again. So neutral bias here for copper. And then Bitcoin here. Bitcoin couldn't go through this resistance. It's into the support resistance level here. And now we have a bearish candle close. So railroad track. So basically it reversed the move here. And now we're looking for a drop back down towards 31,000. So bearish bias here for Bitcoin. And then S&P 500, it's still making its way upwards here. Doesn't really have any kind of strong momentum, bullish momentum. However, it does have bullish momentum. It's still continuing to go. So with this one, bullish bias 43.50 would be the target. But we have to see if it will reverse right now. It doesn't look quite ready for reversal just yet. So neutral to bullish bias, 43.50 is the target. Nasdaq here, Nasdaq is pulling back a bit. So we may see a bit more of a drop pull back towards 14,475. but again, no real momentum to the downside here. So basically, I'm just looking for a bit of a drop and then a move back up here. So neutral bias here for Nasdaq. Dow Jones here, this one's looking bullish. We are likely to get a move higher. So 34,850 is the target for Dow Jones. And then DAX here, DAX is stuck in a range and we are back again into the bottom of the range here. So in this case, we are likely to see something like this, basically expecting a range bound move here, nothing major. So neutral bias here for DAX as well. FTSE did drop into our target here, but then bounced off of that. And with the big pin bar here in the bottom, we could see a move back towards the top of the range and then sideways. So essentially, overall, we are in a sideways move here. So neutral bias for FTSE as well. And Nikkei here, Nikkei also caught in a sideways move. And as we can see, price went into the support, then bounced off of that. And it's just been trading between 29,165 and 28,520. So right now I'm looking for a bit of a drop, but essentially expecting a range bound move here as well. So neutral bias for Nikkei. And also keep in mind, we are heading into a long weekend. So the volume may be less. Please expect low volume, which means on Friday, we're likely to see more of an impact from non-farm payroll than we will generally see. So just bear that in mind with the long weekend coming up in the US, and also it being summer, the volumes tend to drop. All right, so that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I will be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.